um, Hi, welcome. This is gonna be the fourth, something something. I got a little bit of stuff to talk about today. Let's kick it off with a little bit of intro music. I actually made this since we're heading into the spooky season, as we call it. Almost October. I want to formally introduce a bill to Congress saying that Halloween season can take up both the months of October and September. It's not nearly long enough. People shouldn't feel bad about trying to watch spooky stuff this month too. But I'll have to talk to my subcommittee friends about that. Just kidding. Ha 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 ha. Anyways.
You know what they say about people who commit suicide? In the afterlife, they become civil servants.
And I'm the devil.
The power of Christ compels you. 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 The power of Christ compels you.
What did she say?
Specifically, Mrs. McNeil, she advised me to keep my fingers away from her. Goddamn cunt.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Open this door, you dead people, or we'll bust it down and we'll drag you out by the ropes you hanged yourself with.
And we're back. I am really glad that it didn't cut off the ending that originally posted. The ending got kind of cut off because that last clip is from movie Beetlejuice. Wicked Halloween movie. Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, Alec Baldwin, even. Fantastic movie. 10 out of 10. Please go watch it. When you're done here, even stay the whole time. I would. It's gonna get fun. Or maybe not. Maybe it won't. No, I'm sure it will. Anyways, when I originally posted it, the sample got cut off because SoundCloud is stupid. I'll link the SoundCloud where that's located at. Do a bunch of fun stuff with it. I think that song is entirely made from samples aside from Bling. Sounds like I'm also advised by a couple of priests. Pretty much like everything in that, all samples and stuff. I'm hoping for this library. Yeah. I made that a while ago. I think it was like back movie. Oh, that didn't get even picked up. I made that back in like the winter, I think, and yeah, you know, it's I don't know, I like it. It's one of my one of my favorite projects I've made. But anyways, let's get on with the show today. Right now, I am very, very into this show on Netflix. It's called Designated Survivor. If you've never heard of it, that's probably okay. It only ran for 2 seasons originally on cable back on ABC. When I first saw it, and like now Netflix is doing this thing where if it's not a Netflix original but they pick it up, they call it a Netflix series. So I've had this on my list for I don't know 2 years, and they put it there to distract. No, it's all a conspiracy to distract you from the truth about the aliens. But they they canceled the show. I don't know. I haven't read Wikipedia to find out why, because I saw that the finale of season 2 had 10 million people watching it, and I don't. I mean, honestly, that sounds like a lot to me, but at the same time, you think about how massive certain TV events. Oh, only 10 million. Still, like 10 million individual transponder you tuned in. So I mean, I think that's a lot of. Anyways, Netflix buys it up, gives it a 3rd season. I have no idea what that's gonna be like. I'm still on season 1. I'm in like I don't even know, like it's episode 20 or something. The show is fucking insane. Oh my god. Basically it's like the worst case scenario ever. I mean, it could be worse. You know, they could have basically. All right. So what happens is in the pilot, there is a terror attack on Washington D.C. during the State of the Union address. Designated survivor, name of the show, Kiefer Sutherland, aka the dude. Anyone even aware of that show's existence anymore? It was a thing on Fox for a while. I'm almost positive he's had other roles. I wish I knew what they were because he's a fantastic actor. But right now I don't. But he's on this show. He instantly becomes the president. But prior to this, he was only the Secretary of Urban Housing and Development, and so puts him like in the top dozen or so people to become president if something was to happen to people up top. But you know, he's not in a super great position to really, in theory, be super effective. And so, also that day, the reason he was chosen, or wanted to be chosen, was because he was actually fired by the former president, soon to be former president. He wanted to give him some kind of like ambassadorship job. I don't know. And so he was the only person of the whole cabinet not there. They took out the entire Congress, the Supreme Court, the vice president and president. Like I think the death toll's like 1,000 or something in the show. But then it comes out that there's one. This is where I'm gonna spoil part of the first. But oh well. The only survivor is a congressman named what's his name? Don't. What's this today? Oh shit! Oh fuck! I gotta put with my filters. I just watched the show today though, and I already forgot his name. But that's okay. Turn that down a little more. Okay. Yeah. So the only surviving member of Congress gets tapped for the VP position, because he's really just trying to rebuild the government, even though because he knows like yeah I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, so he wants to get a bunch of make him VP. The only Also, Congress has one too. She becomes the Speaker of the House effectively. And yeah, that's about it. There's other people. I don't want to spoil much in case you watch it, but it is just, yeah. I mean, you think that event alone, just the title event, the whole terrorist attack happening, everyone getting blown, they get blown up by they're like anti-tank mines, I think. Yeah, it's very specific, but blow up like half the whole Capitol building. And you would think that that's the craziest thing to happen in the whole series. Like how the fuck are they gonna top that? And then every single episode, sorry, again, every single episode, something fucking crazy happens. Oh my god. Somebody does this. It's revealed somebody else did that. Oh my god. I honestly just think that people couldn't handle how awesome the show was getting because more insane shit happens. I mean, I'm really not trying to figure out what happens. I want to find out, but at the same time, I'm just like, come on, guys. Who the fuck is going to be the next suspect? What kind of shadow government, New World Order shit are we looking at here? It feels like a late X-Files episode. Find out about the hidden government people and all this stuff, and it's like some oh, it's some Cloak and Dagger shit, I'll tell you. I probably should stop playing with the level. Yeah, no, it's really good, and it is just ow. um, yeah, that was really my biggest point for this one. I've been reading a lot of, well, I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks recently, and they kind of revolve, for a while I was in like a musician's autobiography phase where I wanted to hear, I read Phil Collins' book. I'm gonna say because I listened to his book. Just sounds like some fucking person is talking it to me. But like there sometimes, I mean, really good production companies like make it a production, not just like. I mean, it is a reading of the book. It really feels like it's more than that. Read Phil Collins' memoir, and just that dude. Can't remember any others right now. After I moved off of that, I read Chris Kyle's. That was really good. I'm trying to look at my no, I don't want to see that really. It's not going to show me everything I've had cuz that's okay. I was trying to read I think there's a, I don't know if it's a Netflix show or a movie or what. There's something called Life Undercover. That's the name of the book at least. Coming of Age in the CIA by I don't want to say her name. By I wish I could make it read this to me. Amaryllis, Amaryllis, Amaryllis Fox. That's right. I'm so sorry. I really, it sounded really interesting, but this app I use shows me not audiobooks too, and I don't want to read a PDF. That's why I listen to books. Cause if I'm fucking driving somewhere like hour at a time, half hour, whatever, however long, going on a little cruise, that bitch on, and then I'm getting through it. But anyways, you didn't get to read that. Didn't get to read Journey into Darkness. That's a book by John Douglas. Another really, really good show. This is actually a Netflix original series. Hunter. It's crap. Mindhunter. Basically, John Douglas was one of the first people who became known as FBI profilers. He helped invent the methodology used in hunting serial killers. But they did a study by going to all these different prison and interviewing all these different people. They, had a series of questions, had a whole process to it. They gained so much from that study, and we really got a lot of good stuff out of it. But he wrote a book about how they, came up with a lot of that stuff and the methodology and what they learned from it. And it was just really cool to watch it play out. There's a couple here and there storylines that are fictionalized in the show to make it a little better and work a little better for Netflix. But yeah, the book he talks about all that and talks about, analyzing people and the stressors of the job, stuff like that. Gives you anecdotes. But he wrote another book called Journey in the Darkness. And right now I forget what it's about, but it was a fucking PDF, and I did, because I'm pretty sure it's kind of long. I want to say, well, I don't even know if there is an audiobook to it. That's the problem. I go into this looking different books to read. I really never know until I'm in it. But recently, I've been in a Navy SEALs book phase. Well, and just Spec Ops guy. I've still got I've still got a couple books on my holds list we're gonna get. 2 weeks for Matt's book. Okay. But I read there's a book about prison reform I'm trying to get. I read The Operator by Robert O'Neill. He was on SEAL Team 6 and he was in the raid that took down Laden. He kind of talks about I forget what his experience was. I don't if he was already in the service or not when 9/11 happened, but he talks about going through 11, and that was either his call to join or he'd already been in and got called back. I can't remember. But he talks about his career in the teams, what he like. They redact enough. The DoD lets them publish the book so people don't get fucked over, basically. Because before the joke is like, the SEALs weren't public information before all this. They all started writing books about it. But it really it opened my eyes, I guess, to what I already knew a little bit about, but it opened up this world of or this interest of mine in special operation warfare instead of the regular. Not that the regular warfare isn't interesting, but I ended up getting into that, and then I more recently read Alone at Dawn, which is the story of John Chapman and his receiving of the Medal of Honor. That's just a really good story, and I mean it's not a good story. It's a heavy story about I think it was one of the first big missions in Afghanistan after 9/11. or after we went to Afghanistan, 2003 or God, I'm fucking the timetable up. But anyways, this was one of the first big operations, major push, and stuff happened. But basically, John helped protect a second rescue team after the first one got ambushed. Guys who ambushed a first group of SEALs who went up, and then we lost. Oh, I forget the name right now. One of the SEAL who fell out of the first helicopter. Yeah, Mr. But we don't care. There's no problem right now. You're the problem. I don't know if I'm just rambling about it, but I also read another book by Jocko Willink called Extreme Ownership. Talks about how Navy SEALs lead their command principles and how to be a better leader. It was really might have to revisit that just to take some more. But right now, I'm apparently into CIA history and paramilitary armies. There's a book by Annie Jacobson, who was actually on Joe Rogan's podcast. I think she's been a couple of times now, but it was pretty recently. The subtitle: "The Secret History of CIA Paramilitary Armies, Operators, and Assassins. Rise, Kill, Vanish." And lit. She wrote a book about Operation Paperclip. Oh, interesting. Okay, Area 51, Operation Paperclip, and the Pentagon's brain. I know at least two of those things. I'm not sure about the Pentagon's brain, but and then there's a book called Legacy of Ashes: The History of the CIA, and it's basically just about all the times the CIA is fucked up. So that should be a fun read. Morning, bright and early, listening. This is awful garbage to fill my brain with, but it's interesting. So that's what I'm right now. Gotta love having seasons again. Now that we're believe nearing the end of a solar cycle. If anyone knows anything about solar cycles, hit me up, because I don't know enough, and I want to talk to somebody about it and ask them dumb questions. Or maybe I'll get lost on Wikipedia for a day, and then I'll tell you all about them. And have a big solar flare, coronal mass ejection, anxiety, and essential rift of an episode. That sounds fun. Yeah, I don't know if so there wouldn't be dead silence if I keep it up like that. Oh, but I'm pretty sure that I have to talk loud enough to get an echo off the walls just to activate this thing right now because of filters. Less background noise than normal. But I wonder if I can just set them to like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to gotta figure something out. Cause I can turn the gain up, but then wow, that's really creepy. I should get a pop filter and just then put myself inside a blanket and record there. That would be really ideal. Just exhale every time I want to talk. Wait, Well, because that will never get annoying. Figure out a system to suck out my exhale and get rid of it. Need some nose tubes. Gotta invest in nose tubes now. What's the weather like? Well, I'll tell ya. There's gonna be some cooling temperatures in the evening. Uh-huh. We're gonna go down to, let's call it 57. Alright. There's not gonna be any rain. Okay. But tomorrow, yeah, gonna go up to 76. What? Yeah. So it's gonna be like kind of warm? Yeah. What about tomorrow night? Oh, it's gonna be 58. Wait, so like fallish weather? Yeah. Well, what about the next day? Oh, it's gonna be 77. Okay. Oh, then like, is it gonna cool down? Don't know. Can't see that to the future. Okay. Thank you for that. It's okay. Back to you. There's this rapper. He's pretty famous. He named Young Gravy. He has a new album coming out. I'm gonna plug it. It's called Gasanova. It's coming out October 2nd. I don't think he signed anybody, but it'll be on Spotify, Bandcamp maybe. I don't know if he does Bandcamp. He's got his own website though, so that's lit. He's on Instagram, he's on Twitter. I don't know. I can't even find him. Young Gravy. But he's got a new album coming out. Gasanova, October 2nd. There was a point to that. I don't know why I brought him up. God damn it. Shit. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Wow. I couldn't find him and I just completely lost that thought. That's okay. At least I have my fidget spinners, which were popular 3 years ago or something. I learned. Time flies, but that it also doesn't at this time. It's just like, can somebody tell me like one other thing about 2017 real quick? What was a thing? Because I don't know, man. I think that internet culture, the way it's moves so fast, that so many quick little blips on the radar, that it's hard to keep track of like big trends even sometimes. So like it's cuz to me, I've been thinking about this for a while. And it might just be because I'm in the moment, not able to look back this objectively. Because like, you know, I'm in this decade, so I can't look at it not a fourth dimensional observer, since I'm in time, but it a really complex way. So I'm pretty sure that what I'm gonna subjective. But it's felt like these last couple decades since the rise of the internet haven't had like something last long enough to really define a decade, right? I would say from 2010 on, the smart, not 2010, technically 2007, but we'll say 2010 just because it's the decade marker. It'd be the smartphone, but other than that, I feel like a lot of things that are in like the mainstay culturally kind of only last for a couple weeks to months at least. You don't see a lot of hot button issues, I guess, that last decades anymore. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like, wow, that was a really I don't want to say boomer, but it kind of is. It kind of is, but at the same time, it's not a boomer way of thinking about life as we know it right now. Because with the advent of social media and smartphones, we've fundamentally changed the game, and how we interact with each other, and I don't know if we're getting closer to the Matrix or what the end goal is. I don't know if we're gonna finally get the last answer or what. Ha 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 ha. I really hope someone gets that. No one will. It's an allusion to this story called The Last Question. I want to say his name is Isaac Bentov. Just Google The Last Question PDF. I'm pretty sure it's in the public domain because it's also old, but if it's not, sorry. Just look it up. If you have to pay for it, pay for it, I suggest. It's worth it to read. But it's a sci-fi piece of fiction about possible future, and I won't spoil that because I think that is full impact of speaking of full impact, I really enjoyed reading a lot of the transcendentalist kind of literature. I don't know what time period that was. 1830s, I want to say. I feel like it was pre-Civil, which kind of sucks because I want to read it, but that's not our timetable right now. Civil War on. That's it, baby. Modern era. Modern era. All the good shit. Just kidding. It's only good for halfway through. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Really, new stuff is bad. Ha 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 ha. But even the good stuff was new once. So people often talk about how bad it must suck to not be recognized great during your own time and only looked back upon. And I think that everyone's work who's had that happen to, I don't really think that that's what they were in it for. I mean, maybe some of them. If we look back at some long forgotten scientist's work about Y or Z, groundbreaking, why didn't we put more energy in? Oh, he was considered for whackers. Then the point to, oh my god, I can't. No. So he was off the deep end, but now he's revolutionary, seeking whatever he was after. He might not have necessarily been after that kind of reward, that kind of fulfillment, but this took a turn. I can't tell when I want to be serious and when I want to be funny. But I think that, if their work becomes helpful in that way, if it becomes great, that it came at the right time, maybe that time didn't need it. It was good enough as it was, and the other time needed it to make their stuff better. Cause I mean, that brings up interesting ideas about a bunch of sci-fi multiverse shit. I don't know if people care about that or not. It's just a theory. We may or may not ever know. Probably that'd be trippy as shit. Another eventuality unfold. I don't know if we could handle that, honestly. Our brains, I don't know. it'd be like our first contact of other life. Unless you've experienced it, which maybe some people have, maybe some people out there have really met them. Maybe they're here already. Some of them are among us. Ooh, spooky season. Ooh, go watch the X-Files. It's all a lie. 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 I love that if I turn it up that high, you can hear the wheeze I had there. I feel like I'm a little dried out. But, yeah. I mean, I honestly don't know how I'd react. I feel like I want to say I'd be psyched, but, I'd be, a little freaked out, unless they were able to, like, if they look very, very similar to us, or if they're so above us in the quantum scheme of things that they're able to project some kind of form to me. Like if an alien walked up to me but he looked like 1980s Mr. T, I'll pick somebody else. If he looked like Robin Williams in Dead Poet Society, I would go on an adventure with him. I would go read poetry with him and have a whole day, and I probably wouldn't freak out compared to like if he looked like something that I couldn't really even imagine. If it was just something so weird that my brain refused to analyze it, it's like, yeah, fuck this. I don't know what the fuck this is. Just things that don't make sense to our not view of the universe, but I suppose at the base the chemical reactions that take place inside the brain, or I mean, in theory, it's just all electrical impulses. But let's just say your brain waves couldn't process it. You look at them, and it's kind of like a Medusa effect. You go into a coma. That might be That might be a fun story. Or like some kind of a really, really awful sitcom. It's an alien who crash lands on Earth. And everybody he sees he kills, but he's just so sad, misunderstood, and some little boy finds him, but for some fucking reason we'll never find out, he's immune to the alien confides in the little boy. He says he wants to experience an Earth childhood. It's a family show now. But like the little boy sees what happens when he walks him into town, everybody just dies. He's like, oh fuck, we gotta cover you up. So they get a bunch of like comical little disguises for the alien, and they waltz him through town. They're like, hey, who's your new friend? And he even rolls into school and shit. But the little boy's just like, no, his parents are out of town. He doesn't have anywhere to go. I don't know. They take him in. His parents fucking die in the season finale of season 1. His parents, quote unquote, die. He becomes a part of the family. Spoiler alert. But they has to protect the family from seeing him. And the little boy is like, holy shit, don't look at him. And they're like, why? And it's really comical. Ha 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 ha. But honestly, do that with a weird computer generated blob who he has to have some comical obscure interest. Maybe he's into death metal. Maybe he's weirdly conservative. He likes oh, that's me. Maybe he's a super liberal. See there. I don't. Maybe he's Oh, what is he? Oh, he really, really likes bowling, but like not actually competitive bowling. He just likes going to bowling alleys and appreciating the culture. He wants to become Jeff Bridges, basically. He thinks the dude is a real person. He wants to meet him, and so he doesn't understand. He thinks that was a a documentary, and I can't blame him. It's a cinematic masterpiece. Wouldn't blame him thinking that. But yeah, he has to have something weird like that, and I'll sell it to Fox. I don't know. No, they wouldn't take it. Who could I sell it as an animated show to Adult Swim? Bet they'd fucking air it for at least a season. I would if I sell it to them. They can't be wholesome and has to have like awful. Well, I mean, I guess that is kind of awful in parts. You know, the fact that everyone dies constantly. He probably has like some angst because he's going through. He's just emulating the feelings of the boy since he's like, I don't know what y'all Earthlings do. So he's having some anger problems. The little boy's getting pissed off, so he just starts killing people in season 1, episode 3, maybe 4. And so he's just going on a little fucking tirade, killing people, and some old guy who he's magically immune to. He's real wise though. He tells the little alien, "Hey, you gotta stop doing this bullshit." And the alien's like, "Why? Why aren't you dying?" And he's like, "Your anger's only get you so far." ... Teaches the little alien some life skills, and then he has a heart attack and dies. I don't know. That that got really dark. I don't know. He disappears under the bridge. He was only an illusion or a ghost, whichever. And a nice, helpful ghost like Casper. Casper, the old man. But he's like a real cute old man, and like, he's a real cute old. No, he's a cute old. Wouldn't do anybody any harm. He's real kind and nice. Yeah, we're going longer than I thought. I don't know if I want to wrap it up. I feel like I could probably talk about something else for another 20 minutes and just ramble on about it. I don't know. I hope this was a good episode. What's a wrap up? I forget what I talked about. Designated Survivor, my books, whatever we were just talking about right now. Oh, my my sitcom for Adult Swim and for PBS. Yeah, my PBS Kids new family hit show. Zlip Zlorp. I'm a human now. I don't know. I want to make a shirt now that's got Zip Zlorp on it. I'm gonna say it different every so. Sorry, we went dark there for a second. Anyways. Yeah, I think it's about time. I am gonna leave you guys though with a real song, not one I made, unfortunately. I only say unfortunately because this song is awesome, so I wish I wrote it, but it's not a very new song by any means. Trying to set it up on the fly. Wow, I just lost. Oh, I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy sometimes. But that's okay, everybody. Everybody fucks up. You're allowed to fuck up. You're allowed to make mistakes. As long as you learn something from them. Because if you learn something new every day, a better person. I feel like that's just, I mean, that's, I guess if I can impart like a helpful positive message at the end of this too. Learn something new every day. It doesn't have to be academic. you could look up whatever your interest is. Oftentimes, well, if your interests last for or an hour or a half hour or a quarter hour or 5 minutes. Kind of jumped the gun there, but yeah, just learning new things, not staying too stagnant, at least mentally. Recently I read this piece of not early, it's I keep getting the year wrong. It's early 20th century, possibly literature. The piece is called The Yellow Wallpaper. It's about this woman who was mentally ill. Her husband is a dickhead, who doesn't know anything about psychiatry yet or psychology because it hasn't been a thing. Hasn't become a thing yet in the story. I think this was published later, but it was still really, really shitty for women and just people in general because it was, I want to say 1913 published in, but it takes place in Victorian somewhere, New England, I think. But really, really awful for her. And there was a point to that. I swear there was a point to that. I swear I was going somewhere with that. If I think about it, maybe I'll listen to this and come back to it. Probably not. It's another day, another dollar. That's all that matters anymore. That's all that matters. I'm kidding, it doesn't really matter. I mean it matters, but not really. Mildly existentialist here. Anyways, the song that I want to play as my outro as I'm taking up extra time here for this rambling rantings, a little something extra. Coming up, I want to do presentation of I'm naming it a briefish sorta history of psychology. I'm in no way a really good history I'm not a history researcher by any means. I just like reading about random shit and learning new things every day. Like I said, that's the point of it. And I want to go over basically how we started studying psychology as a field of science, and really we did that pretty fucking. I'm about to start doing it right now. We did it kind of recently. 1870 was when the first school opened to start studying it. 1870, Leipzig, Germany, baby. Wilhelm Wundt, doctor. I want to say Wilhelm Maximilian Wundt. 1870, Leipzig, Germany. And since then, we've come a long way. We still have a long way to go. That's okay. It's a process. It's a journey. We as people are all experiencing this cosmic bliss together. This either predestined or chaotic randomness event and experience right now. Whatever you think, it's up to interpretation, open to interpretation. I don't have the answers. I don't think I do. I don't think anyone does. I think we're all trying to figure it out ourselves. Because we've come a long way since we came out of the water. And we still got a long way to go, I think. Times are strange, but we'll get through this. That's all I'll say about that. Alright, the song is by these three hombres from Texas called ZZ Top. And the song is going to be called Jesus Just Left Chicago. That's all I got for you. Something episode 4. Look for my presentation. I'm basically just gonna, I'm making a slideshow and I'm gonna ramble over it. It's so I can at least have something to look at while I try to stick to that topic. Be as factual and informative as I can. go a little off topic, maybe off script rather, and impart some positive, important infos for a good cause. What is that cause? I don't know. Just learn stuff. Don't be a dummy. Don't put people down for learning stuff. Here it is, Easy Top. Wow, I fucked that up. Again. Oh man. I shouldn't use computers. Somebody get me an iPad. Help. Help. Take this away from me. Here's Easy Top.
Jesus just left Chicago and is bound for New Orleans. Well, now Jesus just left Chicago and is bound for New Orleans. Hey, yeah. Working from one end to the other, and all points in between. Took a drive through Mississippi. Well, muddy water turned to wine. Took a jump through Mississippi. Muddy water turned to wine. Yeah. Then out to California through the forest and the pine. You might not see him in person, but he'll see you just the same. You might not see him in person, but he'll see you just the same. Hey, you don't have to worry, 'cause taking care of business is his name.
And we're clear.